Hello and welcome everyone. I'm the Upper Down, aka Tud, and today I'm going to be continuing my gameplay of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Alright, so in the last playthrough we finished learning a couple of abilities for the Soldier Tree and unlocked the Fighter job for my main character Tud here. We are now working on Air Render. It's a decently powerful ranged attack. Mont Blanc is still working on Steel Accessory. He needs about 70 more points, which should be 2 more battles, roughly. Nexu is very close to completing Speed Break and also unlocking the Fighter job. Kaif, the Warrior, is still well on his way to completing Speed Break and Shield Bearer. Probably another 3 fights or so to finish that off. Utolio is about halfway done with the main abilities he's working on here. And Letitia needs about 2 more battles to properly finish all of the abilities she's working on. I'm torn between making Nexu a hunter or making Tud a hunter. I usually prefer melee on my primary character, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of variety. Let's see if there are any good missions available here. Both of them require items that I don't have. And I'm not quite ready to take the battle missions yet. Due to the lack of map icons here, we're going to end up fighting a lot of battles in a basic rocky terrain, at least here in the beginning. Rules of the battle: no chivalry, which would be the paladin special abilities. I don't currently have a paladin, so there's no need to concern myself with that. And recommended is charge. Charge is the primary actions of the Moogle Knight, which I also do not have unlocked at the moment. It appears we have 1 ranged unit, 2 beefy a warrior and soldier here units. And then we also have a Moogle Animist. The only thing to concern myself with there is the fact that they can put characters to sleep. And then this Fencer with the reflex ability, so I'll have to be careful not to attempt any melee attacks on that character. I'm going to keep the bulk of my forces on the far side here, and only divert one of my characters towards the hunter. Or archer, rather. Wow, first strike starting off strong with a crit. Unfortunately, I don't have any good attacks that I can use on the fencer with this character, so I'll simply position myself for the following turn. Now we're going to go ahead and attempt to blind the fencer here. Always good to attempt to attack from behind. It gives the highest rate of accuracy. Alright, time to try out the new fighter ability here. If successful, it'll be enough to take this enemy out. Seems like melee attack will do more damage than his special in this instance, so we'll go ahead with the sword swing. With the fencer being blind, there's almost no chance of a successful hit here. And the game finds a way. Given that the fencer is immune to arrow attacks, I should say, I'm going to attempt to blind the warrior. It'll only last until his next turn, though. Most likely I anticipate he'll use first aid to recover from it. And it should be enough to finish him. This might be it for my archer. Alright, just one enemy left. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. Next to Mastered Speed Break, Letitia Mastered Blackout. Alright, and with that, Nexu has unlocked the Paladin and Fighter jobs. However, I'm going to push him down the Archer tree in an attempt to unlock Hunter, the advanced job class. Need another bow for Letitia so she can continue learning her abilities. And I'm also going to pick up another green beret so we can learn block arrows on our new archer. What Letitia is working on now is aim legs, which will prevent a character from moving after being struck by it. It is forbidden to use missiles, which would be any sort of arrow attack, and it is recommended to use swords, so I'll have to be careful of that in this fight. Enemies, we have a white monk with the counter ability, We have two thieves, one of which has the counter reaction. They have a hunter and a soldier. So it will essentially be a 4 against 4 battle, as two of my characters will be unable to use their primary actions. I'm going to attempt to take out their soldier and warrior first, as they're the sturdiest and have the highest potential for damage output. Their archer is essentially useless, as are mine. He's going to go off and use Chakra to heal himself. Hopefully I'm able to hit both. Alright, now to finish off the last remaining opponent here, the Archer. I always hate throwing magic at my own allies, but otherwise I wouldn't be able to hit the enemy in this instance. And the battle is over. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. Mont Blanc has mastered Steel Accessory, and Utulio has mastered the 3 taming abilities he was working on. One thing I forgot to do prior to the previous battle was equip Battle Tech, the soldier abilities, to Nexu. Now that he has changed job classes, he has access to the abilities from his previous job. I'm going to equip some gauntlets here to my warrior to try and boost his attack damage. And we need to get a new weapon for Mont Blanc so he can continue learning his thief abilities. Also going to purchase an Adamant Vest to give Mont Blanc the ability to retain his items and prevent them from being stolen. Alright, so forbidden to use silence, anything that would prevent a magic spell being cast. And it is recommended to use Addle. Looks like we have an animist, or sorry, a thief, with the counter ability. They have a healer, an archer, two archers, and a soldier. My primary goal should be to take out the healer as quick as possible. This is a common tactic for the AI, blocking me in so I can't get to their healer. Due to my archer's block arrow reaction, no arrows will be able to hit her. With such a low chance to hit, I don't foresee a way of making it past that enemy. Instead, I'll take my chances with taking out one of the two ranged enemies. That's 2 down and 3 to go. One damage short. Unfortunately, I'm still too far to throw any sort of attack at them. Fifty-50 chance. Ironic, my original intention was to take out the healer first, and here we are, the healer's still alive. Luckily, this stage in the game, the healers do not have the ability to revive their companions. Alright, mission complete. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. Nexu has mastered Boost, Kaif has mastered Speed Break and Shield Bearer, and Leticia has mastered Block Arrows. Okay. So now that Kaif has 2 warrior abilities completed, he's unlocked 3 new classes. The Dragoon, the Defender, and the Gladiator. Gladiator focuses primarily on augmenting their weapons with different elemental attacks. The Defender has a combination of defensive abilities as well as buffs and other such things. And the Dragoon, their primary function is the use of javelins, which extend an extra tile out beyond the normal attack radius to strike an additional tile away. Of the 3, my favorite happens to be Defender. Their abilities just happen to work quite nicely in a party setting. I'm going to keep Monk Tech as Battle Tech. The Warrior setup does not have any direct attack abilities. Don't currently have any weapons for the Defender, so I'm going to have to purchase one. Start working on the next ability for my Archer. Alright, everyone has something they're working on. It would appear I don't have enough funds at the moment to purchase the weapon I'm looking for. Go ahead and pick up Lionheart. That will give my Defender the ability Defense. Which raises weapon defense and magic resistance, but it only lasts for 1 turn. Alright, so current laws forbid the use of items, but recommended is the use of dark, any sort of action that would deal dark damage. Our opponents here are Delphine the Healer, Camilla the Archer, Josie the Elementalist. Elementalists primarily deal in status effects and light healing. Cece the Fencer, and France the Animist. So we have two healers we have to focus on in this battle. Flip Rain, attempting to slow my character down in the rotation order, and it looks like she succeeded. Alright, both healers have been eliminated, and only 2 enemies remain. Attempt to immobilize him here. Elevation does play a factor in combat. Depending on how high elevated the enemy is, your attack has a chance to miss, regardless of the enemy's evasion. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. I've obtained a mithril mace. Mithril weapons are used to learn combo abilities for different jobs. Tud has mastered air render. Go ahead and change over to another class here to attempt to continue learning abilities. Going to switch my battle tech over to fighter tech, so I'll have access to my air render fighter ability. Right, and that will be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, it helps my channel out a lot, or follow on Twitch for more content. Alright, until next time.